where reflections aren't perfect and the glitches reveal who we really are. Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to the third edition of Confluence here at IIIT Bangalore. I'm Jia, and this is Prasid, and we will be your hosts for today's event. We've got an engaging lineup of sessions, discussions, and so much more. So sit back and get ready for an incredible experience.
Before we dive into today's talks, just a quick note to ensure everyone has a great experience. Please make sure your mobile phones are switched to silent mode to avoid any distractions. The IIIT Bangalore campus is a smoke free zone, and smoking is strictly prohibited. As a proud recipient of the EcoSoc International Green University Award, IIIT Bangalore is dedicated to sustainability. In keeping with this commitment, we avoid plastic waste, and as such, plastic water bottles are not in use today. Filtered water is available just outside the auditorium for your convenience.
Please note that food and beverages are not allowed inside the auditorium. During the talks, kindly remain seated to avoid disturbing the speaker as well as the audience. Please plan accordingly to ensure you're seated before the session begins. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please take note of the nearest fire exit for a safe and gradual evacuation. Kindly ensure that you stick to your tickets throughout the event so that you can avail the lunch and goodies. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. We hope you have an enriching and inspiring experience here at Confluence.
The realization of Confluence 2026 would not have been possible without the invaluable support of our partners. We are delighted to announce that Confluence 2026 is powered by our gold sponsor, Upgrad, and our silver sponsor, ICICI Bank.
Let us start the event and offer you a glimpse of IIIT Bangalore through the Institute's anthem. This anthem vividly portrays the principles and ethos that define the Institute. Without further ado, the IIITB anthem.
अन्विष्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम् अन्विष्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम् नवनवीन विभिन्नरूप ज्ञानमुत्तमम् सुज्ञानमुत्तमम् अन्विष्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम् अपारकालसागरे प्राप्यते प्रवर्धते अपारकालसागरे प्राप्यते प्रवर्धते प्रकाशते ज्ञानमुत्तमम् ज्ञानमुत्तमम् विज्ञानमुत्तमम् अन्विष्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम् तन्त्रज्ञाननायकैः प्रसार्यते अवाप्यते तन्त्रज्ञाननायकैः प्रसार्यते अवाप्यते विराजते ज्ञानमुत्तमम् ज्ञानमुत्तमम् तन्त्रज्ञानमुत्तमम् विश्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम् जयतु ज्ञानमुत्तमम् स्वतन्त्रज्ञानमुत्तमम् जयतु ज्ञानमुत्तमम् स्वतन्त्रज्ञानमुत्तमम् सदा जगति विजयते ज्ञानमुत्तमम् विज्ञानमुत्तमम् अन्विष्यते क्षणे क्षणे नित्यनूतनम्
Before we start, I would like to introduce confluence. The term confluence means a coming or flowing together or gathering at one point. Hence, Confluence comes with a mission to bring together people from various backgrounds and domains who share their insights, experiences, and ideas in engaging and concise presentations.
Gia, we spend most our lives looking at reflections. Some are literal, most aren't.
They live in screens, in systems, in expectations. They show us who we are or who we've learned to perform as. But what happens when that reflection glitches? When it fractures, misaligns, or suddenly shows something unfamiliar?
That disruption isn't an error, it's an opening, a moment that forces us to question identity, truth, and the world we're actively shaping. That is the essence of today's theme, mirror glitch.
A space where imperfection speaks louder than polish and disruption reveals meaning we usually edit out.
Welcome to Confluence 2026, a day where we don't seek perfect reflections.
But the glitches that help us see clearly. Before we begin, I would like to invite our Registrar Sir, Commodore S.R. Sridhar, to share a few words and deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to everyone. Director Professor Das, distinguished guests, and my dear friends. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this wonderful forum of Confluence. This year's theme, as you all know, as these two youngsters today told you all, is mirror glitch. So, as I welcome you all to this forum, let me contextualize what this glitch or what my understanding of mirror glitch is all about. We all live in an age of the perpetual reflection between the front facing camera, the Zoom window, and the social media feed. We see ourselves more often than any generation in human history. The age of selfies. But there is a glitch in this mirror. The version of us that exists online is curated, filtered, and perhaps polished. So it's an avatar, a digital performance designed for an audience. So this year's theme, Mirror Glitch, asks us to pause and look at the tension between the curated identity and our authentic selfhood. Selfie versus selfhood. It's about the uncomfortable quiet moment when the filter slips, the screen goes dark, and we are left with the person underneath, the actual person underneath. Long before we had Instagram stories or digital avatars or selfies, people struggled with this same tension. In 1934, 92 years back, or almost a century back, a man named Dale Wimbrow wrote a poem that's, that has since become a lighthouse for those seeking truth, those who try to reflect upon themselves as to who they are. It's called The Man in the Glass. It's a very famous poem. I thought it's very pertinent to read this Wimbrow's poem. Wimbrow wasn't talking about a digital screen. He was talking about the literal mirror on a bathroom wall. But his message is even more urgent in today's context. It's relevant also in today's context. He wrote, when you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you a king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. I'm sure your mother, father, and husband or wife would say good things about yourself. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. Such depth of meaning in what Wimbro said. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you have cheated the man in the glass. In our world, it is easier than ever to fool the world. We can, we can chisel a hero or a plum, as the poem says, by raking up likes, followers, and digital applauses, or maybe emojis to say all kinds of things. We can perform success while feeling the hollow ache of the imposter syndrome. I think each one of us suffer from this imposter syndrome. It calls for presenting of your true self. That's what Wimbro said. Wimbro's poem reminds us that the only verdict that truly counts isn't the one found in a comment section, it's the one found in your own eyes when the lights go out. For those of you who can understand Hindi, आईने में झांक कर देखो, आईने में झांक कर देखो, आईने में जो चेहरा दिखे उसी को खुश रखो, दुनिया की तारीफ से पहले खुद का भरोसा जीतो, लोग तारीफ करें या कोसें फर्क न पड़े, खुद का आईना साफ हो, बस यही सिद्धांत बने, बाहरी सम्मान धूल है, धोया न जाएगा, अंदर का विश्वास ही जीवन का आधार बनेगा. The mirror glitch, ladies and gentlemen, is often seen as a failure, a technical error. But in the context of our mental health and our humanity, perhaps the glitch is actually a gift. So you need to truthfully look inwards. The glitch is that moment of vulnerability. It's the quiet struggle behind the screen that this theme encourages us to explore. When we stop trying to be perfect avatar and start being the man in the glass, we find something far more valuable than a curated image. We find connection. As we move through the day's event, I invite you to embrace the glitch, to love the glitch, to go off the digital self you feel pressured to perform, and listen instead to the inner voice whose verdict matters most. Be honest to be vulnerable and share the stories that never make it onto your feed. Mirror glitch isn't about abandoning your mobile engagements or disconnecting yourself from phone with the phone from the world. It's about making sure that when we look at our reflection on a screen or on a mirror, we recognize and befriend the person looking back. Ladies and gentlemen, I must commend the Confluence team who have been working for the past several months for conceiving this idea and curating today's event, bringing together a truly distinguished lineup of speakers to eliminate the mirror glitch phenomenon. I welcome all the speakers too. It's my pleasure to warmly welcome our beloved director, Professor Devabrata Das, our chief guest, who epitomizes a true man, as I just explained, a man who's always been reflecting on the true self. Who better could be our chief guest today? And I also welcome the young connoisseurs who are here to listen, reflect, and take inspiration from these talks. Wishing you a meaningful day of contemplation and self discovery. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful welcome address. I would now like to call upon the stage our director, Professor Debabrata Das, to address the gathering.
Very good morning, students. Hope you have all the participants here and also the eminent delegates. I am delighted to welcome each and every one of you to this Confluence 2026. And my hearty welcome to our registrar, Commander Sridhar, and also the eminent speaker, Dr. Nisha Khanna, Mr. Manan Pawa, Mr. Anup Gupta all has arrived, and Madam Madhumita Vaskar and Mr. Prakash Belwadi. Though these are all who's and the great speakers for this. And it is truly a pleasure to see the conference written as a space where ideas, emotions, creativity, and lived experience comes together. Over the years, this platform has grown into more than just a talk series. It has become a mirror of our collective curiosity and our courage to ask deeper questions about ourselves and world around us. This year theme, which you already, Commander Sridhar has talked about, mirror glitch. You must have seen this very nicely. I really appreciate that our students who have designed this, look at the mirror MI and the glitch CH point. So already the glitch, how nicely they have done, and also the confluence they have curated. Let us give a hand of applause to those our students who have designed and also the staff so nicely in a world where the digital reflections often speaks louder than the real voices profiles and the filter can blur the line between who we are and we are appear to be. The glitch emerges when the mirror reflects the carefully the curated version rather than the truth. So mirror glitch is not about the rejection of digital world but about the engaging with it more consciously. It invites us to pause and reflect on authenticity, self kindness, and the quiet struggles, such as an imposter syndrome and mental health and challenges that often exist behind the confident screens. So, what we wanted to see is that every one of us in this younger generation, as glued to the screen, either laptop or mobile. Very rarely we see nowadays TV. So we have to be very, very careful that what are the we are observing, how it is reflecting in our mind. At IIIT-Bangalore, we believe that education is not just about the technical excellence or innovation, but about nurturing thoughtful, grounded, and empathetic individuals. So only education doesn't make you complete, but you have to be grounded and empathetic individuals. And for this, these platforms like Confluence allows us to explore these human dimensions through stories, art, dialogue, and vulnerability which you are going to face. It's a great thought process which will create in your mind for the rest of your life. We are privileged today to have an exceptional group of speakers from diverse walks of life, cinema, education, music, design, and psychology. Each brings a unique perspective to their theme. Their journeys remind us that the authenticity is not about the perfection, but honesty, not the performance, but the presence. I encourage each one of you to listen deeply, reflect openly, and carry this conservation and also the conversations beyond this hall into the classrooms, workplaces, and everyday life. I wanted to say what Dr. Ambedkar said cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. And particularly for the students, there is an announcement. Please listen it. I also have an announcement for the IIIT Bangalore students who are here. I welcome you to write an article which would describe your learning and insights from all the talks today. The best article will be published in Navina and will be receive and cash award of rupees 5,000. Okay, so please write down the article after this. And I want to also, before I leave this place, I want to thank deeply, with all respect to my registrar's office, Commander Sridhar, and also the MS Swati. She is being the backbone, running around. Well, she must be here, and also Manoj, and particularly the student volunteers, please, and also the sponsors. Thanks to the student volunteers who worked really hard. With that, I once again warmly welcome you all and wish Confluence 2026 a day of meaningful conversations and transformative insights. Thank you and have an inspiring day ahead with a knowledge of different dimension. Thank you.